I'm watching you. Private eyes.
Hello and welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I'm Joe.
And I'm Travis.
And today we are here to talk about Veronica Mars Season 1, Episode 20, M.A.D. Or M.A.D., if you will. It depends on no one, because everyone calls it M.A.D. No one calls it M.A.D. And if you do, good for you. That's awesome.
Me, brah. At me.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know how do you say it, M.A.D.? Let us know in the comments below. Because this is a YouTube video now, so
yeah,
hit subscribe.
like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications.
Because YouTube keeps changing things.
So I was watching this episode last night, and I texted Joe, "Fuck, I think I hate Veronica Mars," and he's like, "No, just next episode's your favorite." So we're just gonna push through this, and then
It's not like a bad episode.
It's not, okay,
it's just...
I don't even know. It's not even that bad of an episode. I feel like a piece of shit. But
I
had to force myself to watch this.
I feel like I like it less than I did when I first went into watching it, whereas I feel like you like it more than when you went in watching it.
But all in my mind now is because I just realized CBS All Access is in Canada. And now I'm all like, cool. Now I have 8 seasons of Charms at my disposal.
Oh my God.
I just watched Charmed. So that's where I'm at right now. And did I watch the Charmed finale last night? Yes, I did. Did I need to go to bed at a certain time and I stayed up later? Yes, I did. If you haven't watched our Charmed episode yet, go to give it a listen.
Oh, really good subtle plug there.
We're plugging ourselves is the point.
I'm just happy episode. I'm just happy we finally have an episode with a gay in it, because
so let's talk about this super okay, give us our
I have to do the
description.
Episode description. Thank you.
Give us our episode description, and then we'll talk about Seth. And then we'll
that lisp is really harsh there, Travis.
And then we'll talk about Seth and his beautiful relationship with Tad. So let's go.
Okay. So iTunes tells us, when a classmate's boyfriend threatens to post a humiliating video of his girlfriend online if she breaks up with him, Veronica helps her concoct a vengeful scheme if he doesn't allow the relationship to end peacefully. Meanwhile, Keith searches for Duncan after his parents post a huge reward for information on his whereabouts. Later, as her secret new relationship intensifies, Veronica learns a disturbing fact about the night that she was drugged and assaulted. Recurring guest star Harry Hamlin appears as Aaron Eccles, and recurring guest star Tina Majorino portrays Mac.
I feel like they should not have given away the revelation that Veronica discovers something about her night at Shelley Pomeroy's. I think that's such a big story moment.
It is, I get, but I don't know. She didn't really, well, not until the very end. That is a big part, but her finding out Carmen was there wasn't really.
But I also feel like it doesn't drive the episode enough to be this is a huge plot, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, no, I get that. It could have just not
yeah,
been in there. It could have been in the next episode description.
So I would like to start
Hopefully
this episode with the introduction of the Beaver, which they keep calling him the Beaver this episode, and I'm pretty sure that is gone real quick. But Kyle Gellner is here as Cassidy Casablancas.
This is his first episode?
This is his first episode.
Why did I think he was in another one?
This is his first episode, and it's not really it's not established that him and Dick are brothers, I don't think, in this episode. But I will say, I feel like an idiot, because I just realized that he's Beaver and Dick is Dick, because Beaver is another word for the female,
Uh-huh.
So I just clued into that from
clue in, don't I? Oh my God.
Yeah, so whatever. So he doesn't do much. He does very little in this episode. And obviously they brought him in knowing he'd be a series regular next season. Because it makes no other sense. It's such a weird force. Not even force. It's just a weird
Well, I wonder how...
introduction.
I wonder how much of what they knew for the season 2 finale in this episode.
I wonder that too.
But, like, as far as I know, just from reading interviews, like, they didn't have the main mystery yet. Like, that
maybe they
was
just
broken.
liked Kyle and they want to bring him in. Because,
Well,
like,
I guess they could have, like, knew that he was ultimately the one that raped Veronica. And,
possibly.
like, said that, but then, like, the bus tied in and all that. But, like, I also wonder if they were setting him up as the killer here. Like, oh, like, just in case we don't want to go with Aaron type of...
well, maybe
But I guess
because...
he plays a bigger role in the next episode.
I was gonna say maybe they maybe they just wanted to flesh out Dick a bit more, so they added a brother
without telling us that's his brother.
I still stand by. I think I would have rathered Mac as a series regular in season 2 over Beaver or Dick, but
Oh yeah,
because Beaver plays an important role, but not really.
He didn't need to be in those opening credits. No, he didn't.
They give him a lot. They actually give Beaver a lot to do in season 2, now that I think about it. But
like,
because a lot of the Kendall stuff they give him.
Oh yeah, he in the Phoenix Land Trust. And...
yeah.
But I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to point out this is Beaver's introduction, and he's gonna have a huge impact on this show going forward.
Yeah,
and I hate that I hate him, but because I actually really liked Beaver when I watched it originally.
Right?
He's one of my favorite characters. So,
like, at least they made him a likable character and weren't just like, it makes the ending have more just weight behind it, since it's a character that you liked, that we liked.
You grow to love over these like 20 to 24 episodes. So.
Oh, he's a monster. Oh,
monsters
okay.
come in all shapes and sizes.
Like a real monster. Like, goddamn.
Because Aaron's a monster, but like Beaver's like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. And he actually at least has a sad backstory. Whereas Aaron didn't really... I mean, we got a little bit of that the last episode, finding out about his dad. But he's also like 50-something, so like, I don't know. Whereas Beaver is just a kid, so it's a lot fresher for him. Oh, wait,
Gutenberg
never mind.
really
Okay. Wow, I totally forgot about the whole Gutenberg thing with Beaver for a second. Never mind. No, yeah. His is he definitely has a lot sadder of a backstory. That I was just thinking it was like bullying, and then I remembered everything with
Nope. So we'll talk about that in season 2.
Yeah.
But I want to point out that like in that first scene when Veronica's fixing her car, she's wearing an orange shirt, and I think it's cute because like obviously Logan always wears orange. So I picked it up as like the costume designer's like, we'll put a little orange, because she wears orange, like a light orange later on in the episode, like a pale orange.
And season 2 promo, she's wearing orange. She has like that orange,
yeah, she
like,
is
long sleeve hoodie, but it's not a hoodie; it's like a t-shirt hoodie.
Yeah.
So I like that. I never put that together.
I think I
look at you championing the love fandom.
Well, because she was wearing an orange shirt and like this pink hoodie. I'm like, those look awful together. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm sure it was just the orange shirt, and then Kristen Bell wanted a hoodie, and that's all they had.
Because she's always cold.
But I thought it was nice to see like a little bit of orange in her costume.
Yeah, I didn't even put
Like,
that together.
I just want to clarify, I don't hate Logan and Veronica as a couple. If I was Rob Thomas and I saw the crazy amount of chemistry these two had, I would put them together as well. I'm not a
It's
moron.
not till season 3 that you hate it, I'm guessing.
I just don't care for what Love did to the fandom, and even as a fan during this time, I bailed out like mid season 3 is when I stopped really like talking about Veronica Mars with other people. And like, I get it, relationships happen. Kristen and Jason have great chemistry, and it sucks for Teddy Dunn because he did not get, like, it's his own fault for not having better chemistry with Kristen Bell. He got himself fired off Veronica Mars. My biggest issue is like when shows push it when there is no chemistry, because like It's what happened with Arrow and like this other shows where it's happened where it's like these like Glee was also a problem. It's like the fans wanted these
That
couples.
was Glee's least of their. That was the least of Glee's.
Because fans wanted these couples to come together, and they did. And it's like, well, these actors have no chemistry, so I don't buy it. I buy Kristen and Jason as like this torrid love, like this across universes, blah 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 blah. Like, isn't that his big speech? Like, spanning decades,
continents.
Okay, whatever.
Bloodshed, not universes. This is not like the MCU's multiverse over here. Like,
so like, I just want to put that forward. I'm not a love hater. I really actually like them as a couple in this episode, and then pretty much for season 1, I like them as a couple because it works. It makes perfect sense. So like when they're making out on the couch and they're like sneaking around the school, being all like, "We're these horny teenagers, we just want to fuck." Like, I get it, and I appreciate it because it's super also realistic. Because I remember in high school that like the couples would like sneak around thinking they're so sneaky, and we're like, "Yeah, we all know what you guys are doing." But, like, okay. Like, there's only so many bathrooms in the school. Just they always happen to be out of order, and the two of you just always happen to walk out. Like, come on. But I have a few. I think people think I just automatically hate them as a couple. I don't. I get it. I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. I did not expect this.
I'm not apologizing. I'm not a love apologist. I'm just saying I'm not like a hater.
I respect that. I like that. Well, you've never like, I don't know. I've always understood why you didn't, but also like they were only together this part in season 1, like a millisecond in season 2, the first half of season 3, and then season 4. Like they haven't actually been together all that much.
But I always feel like there's this. It always felt like they were like the main. But there's, even when they're not together, they're still like the main focus of the show.
Because they put them together and they're like, oh crap, we need to do a will they, won't they? And then that's what season 2 was.
Because there was no will they, won't they in season 1. They kind of just like, they will.
Yeah, they're going to.
They will.
They have. All right.
Another like, fuck. Okay, go ahead. Let's talk about this actual episode.
Let's, I guess we could talk about the Logan Veronica stuff since we're already here.
I think it's cute. Like, I love them when he's like in the bathroom and he's all like cocky about it. Like,
I like that they set up the tardy passes, because isn't that something Wallace brings up?
It's either next episode or the finale. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that little setup, and that there's like consequences for Veronica's actions, which also we talk about in this episode, but we're not in that section.
Yeah, we will.
It's that makeout scene is still like everything I remember and love, and it's just cute. It's a good way to show off the chemistry that they have, and because it's just literally them making out and saying like a word between breaths. Like,
it's funny how like he's trying to be nice to her, and she's like, she wants to play, like
she wants to banter,
because I think she's not embarrassed, but she also doesn't want to admit that she's in this relationship with Logan, because like,
it's another 09er she's with. Like, just add it to
so
the
like
list.
When Beaver and Dick are like making fun of her for like her car being broken, I'm just gonna say I love when Logan almost tries to stop them and Veronica's like egging him on.
Yeah. That, and like they have like that little like glance at each other once she like gets her car running. I really love that. I love that.
But I would like to ask why Logan is eating his apple with like a switchblade, like
because he's a cool guy.
I find that like because he's okay. It's clearly Veronica needed the knife, and it just happened he's eating his apple with a fucking switchblade, like.
But is he going to bring a kitchen knife with him? You can you can't retract a kitchen knife.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to bring knives to school to begin with.
Rich white kids can do what they want, also, so calm down.
Apples are designed to be eaten just like you just can bite into an apple. It's not like it has a hard exoskeleton that you need to slice open.
I get that, because when I eat an apple, like just how you normally would. Like, the skin gets between my teeth, and I hate that. Whereas if I eat it, like, if I cut it with a knife, it does
The
not do
skin's
that.
on it either way. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you have, like, I don't, but, like, people with, like, looser teeth, like, it's harder to bite.
Does
into an
Logan have...
apple.
Okay,
He might. That boy needs some milk. He could.
Oh, yeah, I'll give him some milk, don't worry. So, new headcanon, Logan has loose teeth. That's what he
Yes.
Like,
Logan has brittle bones.
Well, he was... you know what? I can buy that.
Aaron, like, loosened his teeth for him at one point. One of his beatings. Jesus. I like that Veronica mentions that, like, out loud, that she doesn't want Duncan to find out about them through, like, third party. I like that she's being considerate about that.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Because last episode they're super... Oh, you're hinting at something, aren't you?
What?
Because it was funny, you brought up last episode how they were trying to be so, like, considerate of, like, Lily, who is dead and gone, and it doesn't matter.
But they didn't mention Duncan who's alive and well.
But I like how Veronica's like, Duncan will come back. It's like, Duncan had no plans of coming back.
No. He's like, deuce.
Because I think... Duncan's not in this episode. We can't really talk about it.
Which I always thought... I forgot it's the next episode he comes back, right?
I keep thinking it's this episode. But we didn't really touch on it last episode. Where, like...
I always thought it was this one.
Does Duncan think he killed Lily? Is that why he left?
I think so. Or he doesn't know, and he doesn't want to, like...
He doesn't want to know.
Exactly. He just, like, get away from this, and... I don't know. It's... Probably. Like, he had that whole fit with Veronica before he left.
Which is in the, like,
it's
the
at least
on,
at the forefront of his mind.
I love it every time.
Oh! Okay, so... I like that they at least mentioned Trina.
Oh, yeah.
In this episode. Like, Logan tells Veronica that Trina's at an extremely important purse store opening in Beverly Hills.
Oh, right.
And, like, that,
and then they mention her again.
Yeah.
Because he says it's Trina's bag.
You got a chick here?
No, that's Trina's. She's without her lip gloss. It's possible she's suffering out there.
Even when she's not there, he's a sassy little man to her. I love it. I just like that they didn't forget about her like they forgot about Wallace's little brother. Like, it's nice.
But also I feel like they pretty much forget about Trina pretty much after
season 2.
Yeah.
Which especially is fine. In season 3 when we discover... Anyway, never mind.
Then Logan has a fucking brother? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alison Hannigan was busy making that How I Met Your Mother bucks, okay? So she did not give a fuck about making time for Veronica
good money
Mars.
On that show.
She still is. Fuck.
Yeah, she is. Okay, so in this scene when they're at Logan's house and making out, we get a really good shot of Logan's ass.
Do we?
And he actually has, like, a really nice ass in those pants. So... Season's 4 mystery should have been what the hell happened to
I'll tell you
Logan's
what happened to his
ass from
ass.
season 1 to 4.
He, like, fucking didn't work on it. Like, he buffed up and, like...
It was arm day, front, all day, every day.
He looks great. Like, his legs look great, but he didn't do any glute workout. So, just, like, the fat just, like... Because you can have, like, a muscle ass. He does not have a muscle ass.
I think it's sad that... I noticed in the scene, I was like, wow, Logan has a really nice ass in those jeans. And then we see him in that blue Speedo, and it's amazing from the front, but then he turns around, and there is some loose fabric.
That's why Logan cannot be Nightwing.
You know, it's the most upsetting part of the whole Bat Family fan casting.
I wish he could be, because, like,
perfect
he should be, but he's not.
No. The first and, like, the biggest point of being Dick Grayson is having an ass. Like, you can't...
Season one Logan can be... Like, I'll give season 1 Logan Nightwing.
But, yeah. Then he can become Red Robin, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yum. I really like Aaron's interaction with them.
Oh, I know. Like,
he's...
you forget he's like an awful person for like 2 seconds.
Well, it's cute how the way it's cute. It's I like these little moments of them like trying to redeem Aaron, but not like just showing like these like him beating up Trina's like abusive boyfriend in the last episode, him covering up for Logan in this episode, him letting Veronica know that he likes them together because he thinks Logan's a better person with her. Like, it's such a good way to throw us off the scent on it.
Well, I love the interaction in the car when he's like, "How are you doing?" And she's like, uncomfortable, embarrassed. And he's like, "I was a teenager too." And then he's talking about how, because he's like, "Oh,
when he's talking about Logan's attitude.
Logan's such a good boy. And now and she's like a handful or whatever she says. And he's like, it's okay. He says like, I have my issues too. And like my problems too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you do. You really do. And like Aaron is such an interesting like case study. Cause I think he just has like multiple, like there's different Aarons going on in his head. And I find it so fascinating because he so hard wants to be like a good dad. Like you can see that in this episode. He's nothing but like good dad. He's like competing for Keith on good dad level. And then you're like, well, like 1 episode ago, you beat a man to like a pulp. And then a couple episodes ago, you like beat your son. And like, we'll find out real soon that you're also a murderer. But like in this particular episode, I'm like, he's not a bad person. Like if you're just watching this episode, like you're
like, oh, he's a fun dad.
Yeah, he's a cool celebrity dad. He got swordfish for them.
And that tequila lime sauce is gonna be amazing. I want to know also how much, because I don't know, because as a celebrity you have this need of a facade to go up, and like he obviously can't convince Logan to go along with this to make him look like this happy family. So it just, how much of that is just like he's a sociopath, he is a narcissistic sociopath. But it's
funny how Logan, like when he takes the bag to Veronica, like Logan gives him like this like smile, like this thank you, like there's this moment of just like this father son. It's like, it's really sweet, but it's also like,
you're a horrible person to him.
Yeah, it's like, it's sweet to a point where it's like, well, if Logan says anything wrong, he's gonna get fucking beat.
Right.
So how sweet of a man can he be? And also, like, if you just forget the fact that he killed Lily, like, take that off the plate, he was still sleeping with his son's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Which, okay, so... Is he, like, trying to set the field here for Veronica to be, like, victim number 2? Like, in the car, he's like, no, I like you with him.
Did
like,
he sleep with Paris Hilton?
I mean,
he slept with Caitlin Ford.
I think Caitlin Ford slept with him. I don't think...
Okay. But Caitlin Ford seemed to have, like, a...
I think he was like, all right.
Bad boy spree there. But
maybe she was murdered. Like, we really don't hear about her again. Like, maybe he's in the backyard, too.
I just assume Caitlin Ford transferred schools because she always needs to be Miss Popular.
That's what the parents wanted you to think. But she was murdered. Murdered.
And, like, no one... It's like, well, Lily was just murdered. Like, we're still mourning that. Like, Caitlin, like, okay, trying to be the next Lily Kane.
Someone needs attention.
Yeah.
Oh god. I like that car scene because, especially knowing what you know about it, she's so close to like death. Like she is right next.
But I don't think she is. I think
to her best friend's killer.
Well, yes, but I don't think Aaron like he didn't premeditate to kill Lily. I don't think he's a premeditated murderer. Like he has
fits of rage. Yeah,
he has a rage. Like he goes into these blind rages and because not to like he's less of a bad guy, but I also don't think he like had any intention to kill Lily. It just like
No, it wasn't premeditated.
escalated.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was like in the car like. If anything, he was in the car ready to like fuck Veronica, not murder Veronica.
Oh
okay?
my god. Okay, yeah, because he is a giant hornball.
He likes blondes.
Yeah. Every guy on that show likes blondes, basically, except for Beaver.
Okay. What does it say? The one guy who doesn't like blondes fucking is a
God.
psychopath.
Whereas Aaron just has anger issues.
I mean...
No, but literally, like, who wasn't a blonde on
Wallace?
there?
Oh no, Wallace dated a blonde.
No, a blonde girl.
Never dated a blonde.
Yeah,
Wallace
he dated that blonde girl. Yeah. Hannah's blonde. Parker's blonde.
I just think this was like 2005, and on network TV, your blonde and white was kind of like the only go-to.
Oh yeah, that was the casting call, all right.
Because, like, Meg in real life is not a blonde, but she dyed her hair blonde for this. Madison dyed her hair blonde for this.
Yeah, and... Oh, Mandy. Mandy wasn't a blonde. There we go. Oh, and Carmen. All right, so let's go into Carmen, since we're...
Well, Carmen's fine. Carmen, like, had no... Carmen is whatever. She's just, like... Carmen is, like, a lot of other women on the show where it's, like... things are happening to them and like they're very passive and won't do anything to like stop it, and Veronica has to come in and be like a bad guy, and like it's not cute or fun anymore. It's actually kind of annoying that none of these like female characters can like stand up for themselves. It's like, cool, you were like fucking giving a popsicle a blowjob. Like, that's like the least worst thing it could be.
I guess, like, it was supposed to be a lot worse, but the network, like, I don't know, and I was going to check this before we started recording, but I believe it was her actually going underwater and, like, blowing the guy but the network wouldn't let them do it, so they got, like, a popsicle.
I, for some reason in my head, always thought it was her making out with another girl. And
Maybe
like,
it was.
No, because that's like season 2, she's the lesbian, right?
No, I don't know.
Doesn't she come back?
She comes back, but it's because she's a coconut or whatever the phrase is. I think it's coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside. That episode.
Because yeah, that's like the least, like pretty much every gay guy on Twitter has like a picture or a video of him doing that.
This was 2005. Okay? This was 2005.
And I get it.
You couldn't like subscribe to someone's OnlyFans with the like touch of a screen. Like, it wasn't that easy.
Well, it's funny because like the little fight between Seth and Tad, like the gay attacks or whatever, like were like so PG-13 and like so tame to compare to like what actually happens. I just thought it was like stupidly written.
Right? Like I know they couldn't have said it, but who
Drop
amongst us hasn't...
Drop the F word. Say it.
Who amongst us hasn't been called a faggot in high school? Just say it. Just stand up in it.
I know. Come on, UPN. Have some balls.
Oh, my God.
Because, like, their interaction with each other was, like, so stupid. And
it made Seth come off better, though, like, as the more
But I will say... No, for like a gay, Seth was like had no clapbacks. I was actually really disappointed in Seth's, like there was nothing.
That in that exchange with the whole isn't just joining the Navy alone gay enough to get you thrown out.
That was the one line, but nothing else they said to each other was like.
But that's all they had. They didn't have any other like.
There was like some. Their like back and forth was not very good. I will stand by that. Their back and forth was not very good.
It wasn't good because Tad and Tad's friend were little bitches and wouldn't just call him a faggot like he wanted to. Sorry, I like Seth.
I don't. I also like. We'll talk about him later because he's a part of my like Madison's corner or Madison moment. I didn't really care for him.
He wasn't like amazing or anything, but like he was an alright gay character. Like, I'm glad we just got a gay character like 20 episodes into the show. Okay, but speaking of gay, as a homosexual, it floors my mind that heterosexuals have to decide their whole life by the time they're like 18 or whatever. Like with this whole committing 8 years to being with him because he's about to join the Navy and she needs to be like a military wife.
That was
like,
so weird.
Why can't you guys just come back together after you get back? And like I don't, it's this thing that's pushed on to like it's pushed onto kids everywhere, gay or not, but like primarily heterosexuals because like the path in life can be like marriage and like you can get all that default stuff or whatever. Yeah. Whereas when you're gay, your life is automatically going to take a different path at 18 than your heterosexual classmates for the most part.
Well, it made no sense how Tad, they made it so over the top. Like Tad was going to like, he wanted her. It's like, why couldn't it just be because he was graduating? Like, so many people that I went to high school with who dated older people, like the relationship automatically ends once you graduate. Like it never, like by default, it's no longer a relationship. Because like most, like especially in like American colleges, because I think it's a little different in Canada, but like in American colleges, I feel like you're not going around telling everyone you have this high school girlfriend. Like it's just weird. Like it's weird.
Oh, if you're going to college, like, and you still have someone in high school, you are more than likely not talking about them when you're in college because, I mean, probably want to see what college has to offer.
But it's also, like, that's also the thing, like, because all these high school relationships, it's like, it's the end of the world. Like, it's your Romeo and Juliet. Like, it's us against the world. And then you, like, exit this, like, institution, and you're like, no, we were fucking stupid. Like,
there's so much more out here.
We hooked up because like we were young and horny. It just happened to be in like the same area. Like it's pretty much high school is just a very close like fucking grinder hookup. Okay, for like 4 years.
You don't even have to log in.
No, you don't.
You know they're 200 feet away.
Yeah, you just look around. You're like, there. That's a dick I want to suck. Let's go.
Oh God, let's not talk about my high school days. I like how relevant this mystery is to like today's just with like the whole revenge porn laws and all that. Like
Carmen of itself.
Carmen definitely could have benefited from that because women get fucked over way too easily in this goddamn country, and it's only now that we're coming out with like any sort of laws to combat this, and we were talking about this in 15 years ago.
Yeah,
like look how long, like that's super grating, and just like eye-opening, I guess, to realize, wow, this isn't really something that just started about 5 years ago and we're just now getting legislation. Like even before this, like this wasn't even 2005, this is like 2000, like whenever you could, technology got to that point, basically, when cameras became a lot easier to come by, or at least digital wise. We got another Simpsons reference in this episode. Yeah, Veronica says, I think it's to Wallace Mack or Mr. Wu. She just says Oakley Dokley.
Oakley Dokley.
Okay, let's talk about Veronica. Okay, so Veronica walks into like study hall, like super ditzy and all that, but like
Mr. Wu would know her.
I was gonna say, like, also everyone in study hall would be like, what the fuck is she doing? Like,
also,
she's acting like she's in somewhere new, but like everyone knows who, like, everybody
we've been told
knows
about the
Veronica
teacher's
Mars.
Lounge, like, talking about her not even 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, like
4, 6.
Well, because Miss Dent even talked about how the teachers talked about her, and then so did Mr. Rook. But like, every fucking person knows who Veronica is, and like Mr. Wu seems like established enough, where like he's been at the school long enough to know who Veronica is.
Yeah.
So like that really bugged me. I'm like, why did you need to play it up? Why couldn't you just been on like a normal phone conversation? Like I don't see
just be like, or like be angry at someone, like be like yelling at someone. Yeah. You don't have to do the ditzy thing. We all like, everyone knows Veronica at that school. She's not. This isn't Riverdale. Like, calm down.
It was like just the weirdest.
Or Pan High, whatever.
like I get it made no sense, and it bugs me because I'm like, she could have got what she wanted without the whole whatever. And then when she is trying to leave her class early, she's telling that teacher like, "Oh, I want to I volunteered to start recycling," and she leaves early.
It was 10 seconds early.
I was gonna say, yeah, that really bugged me too because the bell rings as she's leaving.
She's like sprinting.
Yeah,
she could have just like took off. She didn't need to go through that whole.
It was
everything.
Like, there was just weird. I feel like there was a disconnect between the script and the director. Like something was missing, and it's so like it bugged me. It just really bugged me.
I think the director wanted to show like Tad running into Veronica getting it, but then you wouldn't have needed that other scene just because he wanted him to like text Veronica or instant message Veronica that like nice try or whatever, and he wouldn't have known probably it was her or put it together if he didn't bump into her when he was going to get the phone. But then you wouldn't have, just don't do that recycling paper scene, just have her like running against the bell. Like
it was a very odd choice. We'll just say that it was a very odd choice.
We got Felix back in this episode,
we did,
who has one of my favorite lines in the episode, and it's when he's talking about Carmen, and he's like,
"Isn't that chick you had a crush on in 8th grade? Too bad you ain't rich and white. Damn, did she grew up nice."
Felix always keeps it 100%. Like
he really does. He's the gay best friend Weevil always needs.
And oh god, bury your gays next season. We lose our gay character. Bullshit.
I like it how like angry Weevil is. That like
how protective he is of Carmen.
Protective is a better word than angry. Yeah, it's weird. It's like,
well, he has to look out for his own,
I guess.
And I like that.
Like,
that
to be
I
fair,
think that helps his character even more to show his like loyalty. Like he doesn't know this girl, but he's gonna be loyal to her because like he knows they have to stick together in this school, and that of course some rich white guy is gonna fuck her over. Like it's what they do.
Which like, I fucking love like Veronica walking in and Tad's like hung up on the pole.
Yes.
Like, I like
one of the best moments.
I almost wish this was the season finale because it would have been like a good parallel to start. But also, I would not want this to be the season finale.
No. Well, what if what if he taped up like Logan because she thought no, because they didn't end in a bad spot.
Yeah, there'd be no way to end the season.
Plus, with how
Aaron is on the flagpole for killing Lily.
Justice served.
But like, I will say, like, the PG-13 gang, like, they only like strap up like very attractive men and get them naked. I'm just saying.
You know, Felix is
I'm not calling anyone gay, but
well, Felix is at least bi, at the very least.
Yeah.
But I like that they spelled scum right this time. Or well, last time it was snitch, but
yeah,
I like that they spelled scum right. Like, good on them.
Scum's only 4 words. So
True.
That's fine.
True. It's easier than whore. Oh, that's next episode.
But I didn't really care for again. I always feel like I say I don't want Mac in episodes, but again, I don't see the point of Mac being in this episode.
I did like her in this one.
I like Mac in every episode.
No.
Wrong.
I liked her presence. Like, whereas you're saying you don't feel the need for her. I did.
I liked her when it came to like the passport stuff, but also because I liked her meeting like Keith. But
that was cute.
The website thing. It was just like so 2005. Like it just felt so.
Well, yeah,
but also the website was like super fake. Like anyone who like saw that be like, this is clearly like fake. Because like,
well, it said it's like it's someone's like devotion to someone. It's not supposed to be like a business website.
No, but it just like it seems like someone's trying to set
like
someone else
e-commerce.
Up.
I don't know.
She only did have 45 minutes to do it. So
I loved that line.
How long does it take you to create a highly incriminating, thoroughly libelous, sexually explicit website?
45 minutes, give or take.
Like, she's so nonchalant about, like,
But I also love when
do this in my sleep, Veronica.
Veronica asks her a favor, and she's like, do you ever have, like, normal favors? And she's like, what fun would that be? And then Mac just, like, grins. I love Mac's little, like, she has little buns in her hair. She's very cute in this episode.
I appreciate, I think they wanted her just for, like, the Duncan stuff, but they felt like, well, we have her, let's use her more. And, like,
Which
you
is
have
fair.
this actor.
But I also feel like they're setting her up to be, like,
Something
wanna
more
know,
than she was.
Maybe Tina Majorino didn't want to be a series regular. Maybe that's...
She wanted more freedom in her life.
Maybe. Because then she decided to become a series regular at the worst time.
Wait, when does Big Love? Wasn't that
She's, like,
2005,
reoccur-
2006?
Yeah, it's season 2.
She probably wanted to open to be able to...
But that's fine. She wasn't on very... Well, I mean, she was in, like, a bunch of episodes in season 1.
Why does it feel like every show Tina Majorino goes on to, they, like, set her up for something big and then nothing?
Well, she actually had a really good storyline on Big Love, because she was in it for all 5 seasons.
Is she? I thought...
No, because she's in it for pretty much the entire... Because she's in, like, the last season. She plays a really big role in the last season.
Oh, I was thinking... Okay, never mind. I'm conflating it with Grace.
I always just find it funny that she is Amanda Seyfried's best friend on Big Love.
Oh, I know. The connection, like, I keep forgetting about, like, just like with Jennifer's Body. I totally
This
like
blew my mind.
I could not put together the connection that Amanda Seyfried is in both Jennifer's Body and Veronica Mars, as well as Kyle Gallner.
I was gonna say, isn't Beaver in it too?
Yes. For some, because I'm like, I really want to do this episode as a bonus for October, but, like, I can't find a reasoning to be like, oh, we're gonna do Jennifer's Body, even though 2 of the main characters are in that goddamn movie. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Doesn't he get a real gruesome death? No, he lives, right?
Yeah,
no.
nope, he gets a good death.
He gets a good death.
Good death, yeah. It's lasagna with teeth. Yeah, let's get back into the episode though, because one of the moments I hate.
He's also on Big Love as well, FYI. Beaver,
oh yeah, fuck. God damn it, Joseph. Tad using the phrase when he's talking about when him and Carmen are at the carnival or fair or whatever the fuck it is.
What do they call it? The pier.
I hate when he's, like, walking around with her and he's like, I don't know what it is about you, Carmen, that makes me so plumb loco. That is peak white boy, and I cannot.
But it's also
deal
like
with it.
They make him so over the top,
it's
like a piece of
plumb
shit.
loco. Like, ugh. It's so. Oh my god. Hola, me llamo Tad. Like, it's very that, and it's super annoying. Oh, and I like the video when Veronica has Mac, like, figure out the timestamp of it. It's called Popsicle Kisses, which I think needs to be the episode title.
I'm okay with Popsicle Kisses on the episode title.
Popsicle Kisses.
That's what it was. They're cute little popsicle kisses.
Popsicle flavored kisses.
Every boy remembers his first popsicle kiss.
Do I ever? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. Like, then Carmen doesn't pull the trigger on the website, and Veronica once again has to be, like, the asshole, even though, like, you should have done it. Like, just fucking do it. Like, Team Veronica.
I don't know. It's one of those
I never
like...
put that together, what you said, like, earlier with, like, once again, Veronica has to be the bad guy for these people that are coming to her. And I think, I don't know. I never put that together. I like her as a character for that because, you know, someone does need to, like, put their fucking foot down.
Because it's not Veronica.
And it has to be Veronica.
It's every other female character that's being introduced on the show. Like, none of them have backbones. The only one that did was Carrie Bishop, and that's why I loved her so much.
Oh my god, Carrie Bishop was fucking amazing.
Because, like, Carrie Bishop was, like... Carrie Bishop did what Veronica would never do. Like, Veronica would never, like, put herself on the line. That's the problem with Veronica.
Wait, what?
What?
This is... She put herself on the line for her dad in the Lily Cade case. What are you talking about?
No.
That's what this whole season's about.
No, but, like, outside of, like, her dad, like, Veronica will do it to a point, and then if the moment it's, like, no longer a positive for her or, like, convenient for her, she's checked out, like, at the end of the day. Like, outside of Keith, because that's different. But, like, Carrie was, like, going to the bat for, like,
Susan
Knight.
All right, I guess. I mean, I see it because I don't see her doing this for Meg, like Carrie did for Susan.
Yeah.
Maybe Mac.
But we never get that opportunity to see it.
No. So let's go into the Keith, Alicia, Veronica, Duncan stuff.
Yeah. It's cute. I love when Wallace walks in, like, in the hallway, and she's like, there's something different with you. And she's like, I just watched our parents, like, cuddle for 4 hours straight. And she's like, what do you think, like, but do you know what they do between 6 and 8 that requires an overnight thing?
I like that we do find out, though, what they need that for when Veronica,
that is
like,
the sweetest thing in the fucking world. Like,
catches them dancing.
I forgot about that. Because
me
I also
too.
thought they were just hooking up.
Me too.
And then they're, like, ballroom dancing. I'm like, that is so fucking cute. Because, you know, Leanne wasn't ballroom dancing. She was in the corner drunk. Or in the corner fucking Duncan Kane. Or no. Jake Kane.
Oh, God. Either that or she's Coyote Uglying it on the bar. Like,
yeah.
One of the two.
But, like, Alicia just wants, like,
romance.
A good man.
And Keith is a good man.
Like, Keith is a great man. He just happens to have a piece of shit daughter. But that's not his fault. No, it is 100% his fault, though.
Yes. Honestly, the greatest injustice in, like, the entire series run is that Keith didn't end up with Alicia and that Veronica and Wallace didn't end up as step-siblings. Like that is the biggest injustice in this entire show.
Because she doesn't show up after season 2, right? She's only in the first 2 seasons?
She's not in season 3. She's only mentioned in season 4. I think she might be in the movie.
I don't think she is.
I don't think she is either, but she might be.
No. Because I feel like she was working. Like, she was working, but, like, I always wonder why they never brought her back.
I guess we didn't need Keith to be happy either. The Mars just don't get to be happy.
We needed Keith to be happy.
We all do, but, well, it's not happening. I like the, when Keith tells Veronica about the $50,000 reward for finding Duncan, and she's like, oh, so it might not be that easy.
Because Keith is so, like, cocky about it. He's like,
yeah.
My only worry is the other people get to him first. Yeah, Veronica.
She's like, by the way, it's going to be a little bit harder. And then,
actually.
And I really liked her whole...
But, come on, Dad, with your expertise and my can-do spirit, we can do it. Family project.
Speaking
so
of the
cute.
money, I enjoy Max, so what's my cut? 5,
her and
10?
Weevil, like, both of them are like, we're getting some
you
of
drove
this.
a hard bargain. $10. Oh.
She pulls that 10 out ready. She's like, oh, I got one right here. It's... I like...
Weevil, yeah.
I like that that both of them were just like, we're not doing this for free. There's $50,000 at stake here.
Like, it's one thing when, like, before when it's small, like, help find...
some dogs.
Track down, stupid stuff like that. But, like, real like, and Weevil and Mac both need the money.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And I will say I was personally offended that we returned to Weevil's cousins or uncle's shop or car yard, but Angel does not make an appearance. We couldn't get Angel back.
God, that would have been lovely to see.
Yeah.
Lovely to see.
But whatever.
I get it. We can't have too much eye candy. We got Felix. Like, let's pump these brakes. But did we get... Hector wasn't in this either,
Hector
was he?
was not in this episode.
God, why can't all the PG-13 be together in, like, one happy family?
It's too expensive.
I mean, it's a lot of eye candy. I get it. It would be really distracting to see them all together in one spot. So let's talk about probably the biggest highlight of this episode, and that is Loretta motherfucking Cancun. Finally makes her premiere, her silver screen debut. A fucking icon, a legend.
And the fact that they never bring her back.
Right, because I just love that, like, we get her mentioned in the pilot, and, like, never again, then all of a sudden, Cliff's dealing with her again, and we get this wonderful exchange of...
I know what entrapment is.
Actually, Loretta, I don't think you do. Yes, Cliff? Yes, I'm always available for you.
This is entrapment. Oh, and if that's Tamara, tell that bitch she can beg all she wants. I'm testifying.
And then she signs like, "Screw you, pig," and he's like, "Okay, now like a big girl."
Oh, right. That's one of my favorite things this whole season is that we actually got to see Loretta Cancun, and she is as amazing as
like,
we thought she would be from the pilot.
Again, this scene is like so unneeded, but also like
so needed.
Like, and it's such a throwaway scene, but any reason to get Cliff back is like,
oh yeah,
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But then we also get like one of my favorite scenes was when Veronica calls the newspaper to try to get the ad out, and they're like, your password, and she's like, right, a password so that crazy people can't do the exact thing I'm doing.
She's at least cognizant of it. She knows.
I know.
She knows.
And then she just hangs up, and the guy's just like, whatever, bitch.
He probably put like a second password on there afterwards.
I know,
he's like, oh
right?
no, someone's trying some shit. Not again. I'm not losing my job this time. That goddamn Mars girl. I know what she's doing.
Okay, so let's talk about Veronica and people losing their jobs and consequences.
Ooh, good segue. Good segue.
We get Clarence Weedman and Alicia, and
can we talk about that shot real quick of when she walks in
and
it's just like the shadow of him against like Kane Software?
Because Kane Software's trying to like be eco-friendly, so like lights off, guys.
That was such a cool shot. I fucking love it. It looks so like not sinister, but like
no, it's
intimidating.
No,
intimidating.
Because like it's just very interesting because he's very like calm and collected, and like it's very intimidating for Alicia to like walk in. And it's also great that we have like these two black characters, which you barely see on Veronica Mars,
you know,
and she's trying really hard to be like a good employee, but the moment he's like, you need to stop seeing Keith, she's like,
oh, she's ready to like tear his face off.
Here, hold my earrings, and just like ready to fight.
Her head started to tilt to the side, and her arm lifted
Weed,
up,
or whatever your name is. Like she's so.
I love that, Mr. Weed.
And then the realization that Wallace brought in this plant with the bug, and she's just like,
you could see her crumple a little.
Yeah,
about
she's
it. She's like, fuck.
Because she's trying to like defend herself. She's like, I've been a very good employee. Like I've done nothing wrong. Like you can't
tell me what to do in my personal life. Like, fuck off.
Which is fair, and like, but it does look like from the outside looking in that this is Keith Mars with a vendetta against the Canes.
Yep.
And like it technically is Veronica with a vendetta.
It goes back to that scene when Clarence breaks into the house, and then Keith's waiting for Veronica, and he's like, here I am thinking I did something, but it's about my daughter. And like, not everyone, like, of course to Clarence it's going to look like Keith is trying to do it, because
everyone just thinks Veronica's just this ditzy teenage, like just a teenage kid. And I love, my favorite thing is when Veronica gets her like comeuppance, because like she deserves it more often than not, and the fallout in the next episode is fucking beautiful, and I cannot wait.
It's intense.
It's so good, and like
I thought part of that was in this episode.
I know, like, so did I.
Well, I think the problem too with like this episode and the last one, when you're binge watching it, it's not an issue. Like, because it's just, they at least give you something tantalizing, like for the main mystery. But when you're waiting like a week, 'cause I didn't watch week to week till season 2. So even when I watched this the very first time, it was just episode 14 through 22 was just a nonstop blast for me.
Yeah.
But when you stop to do it week to week, I could see how these 2 episodes, looking back on it, you'd be like, oh, God, no. Like, why? I get that. Like, it's not an issue when you binge watch it, but I'm noticing episodes that I loved more, especially in season 1. It's not that I dislike them, but I associate other episodes within them because they kind of all blur together. I can't think of a time where I didn't like binge through these 4 or 5 episodes in one go. Like,
well, it's funny how we talk about, because it's a few times we brought it up where we think scenes or stuff happens in certain episodes. Because Veronica Mars, for being such like a week-to-week show, is such a bingeable, like Netflix formula type show. Like, it's insane how kind of like before its time it was. Because like, yeah, before we started the podcast, I rewatched all of season 1 in one go, and I was just on this fucking high. So like,
but again, all in one go. Yeah.
But now like, I will watch an episode a week because I don't want to like, I can't blur them together. It's like, it doesn't have the same like spark. And I think when I was younger, I didn't think about it as much because I also wasn't like, I'm not trying to rip these episodes apart, but I'm trying to like give insightful commentary. So we're just not like, oh my God, Veronica Mars. It's very hard. You're seeing these flaws because you're like, when the show is good, it's fucking good. But when it's bad, like, it's not good. Like, it could be better. Like, this mystery is fine, but it's also like the weakest part of this episode.
It feels like, yeah,
but at least it doesn't
feels
take
watered
up a huge
down.
amount, which I'm fine. Yeah, it's like,
that's the problem. I think it just, I think a lot rode on this whole like Popsicle blowjob when, like, sure, it's a big deal, especially when you're in high school. However, like, the focus on it and how like life damaging it is, you can definitely tell there was something else that was supposed to be there before Netflix stepped in, and then nothing else got adjusted with it. So they have this a little bit tamer of a thing happening to someone, but everything else and the reactions to it are still blown up to something bigger than it happened.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it hurts the most.
Just a side note, again, we get to see like Veronica interact with like age appropriate high school kids when she's like shooing those kids away from looking at the video. And again, it just looks like a grown woman coming to attack a bunch of children. And I love it. It's always such a highlight when they get like actual like 14-year-olds in the show, and it's like, Kristen
Bell's like cheaper to have than
and it's like, okay,
and you only need them for like 10 minutes, so like,
Veronica's 16. I totally believe it.
I love it. Oh my God. So let's see. I don't think there's too much. I don't think I really have anything else.
No, we kind of hit everything.
I guess we find out that the GHB used at Shelley Pomeroy's party was supplied by no other than Logan Eccles.
Which I think, like, honestly, it's a good reveal. Like, I remember watching it when it first aired, and the shot of Logan on the boat by himself is one of the, like, it always sticks in my mind as like an iconic moment.
Well, with Crimson and Clover playing too in the background.
I love that song too, yeah. But I don't want to talk too much about it because like that's pretty much the whole next episode, and I'm so fucking excited to talk about the next episode. But it's such a great shot because like up until that point, like Logan's like a dick, but like a nice guy, and now just like, oh my God, did he like drug Veronica?
Right?
Like
it. Oh God, I remember the first time I watched that. Like I just. When I watched that season 2 episode I first watched, like there was nothing, it didn't give away like anything in that episode. And I think I really benefited from seeing that episode first. Because it didn't give like any of the big stuff away from season 1. I'm just like, wait. And I'm like racking my mind. I'm like, wait, was Logan there? Like, oh my God, like who is like, oh, well, did he do this? Like, I love them together. Like, what the fuck?
If you watch this show, like how you first did on DVD, because pretty much you just watched them like have this, in your words, like epic first kiss, and then like 3 episodes later, like he may have drugged her,
given her like the worst, like her worst night ever. Like, oh my
her
God,
high highs and low lows. It's because watching it from week to week, it doesn't have that same impact. But I can only imagine for the first time watching this in like a let's say you binge it all in a day, like a 4-hour span, like. From like loving Logan to be like, oh my God, what did he do?
I will kill him. I will kill him myself. I will drown him on that boat. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I will take an ashtray to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very much that. And it's a great way to end the episode. to take us into the next one, which I hope we have a day off together next week because I want to spend some time recording this one.
I don't want to, yeah, I've mentioned it before, like, A Trip to the Dentist is my favorite episode. And it's, again, I don't want to say anything because I could just start talking about it right now, but I don't want to.
Right?
I don't want to.
Okay.
So excited to watch it, like, again. I've also watched it more than any other. I think the finale and that are, like, the most watched episodes I've watched.
I think my definitely Ain't No Magic Mountain High Enough, Welcome Wagon, and probably like Like a Virgin. That's definitely one I rewatch a lot. It's a weird episode. I don't know why. I don't like to watch like finales a lot. Like there's just always like so much. I'm like, I just want something to like chill to.
Fair enough. So anything else to talk about this episode?
No, so I think that is a good time to go into our segments.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
Alrighty, so for this segment, we like to talk about the fashion of the episode. Anything that we liked, we didn't like, anything that was just kind of worn and there. Lately, there hasn't been too much at all. I actually have a couple in this episode that I like.
I was actually going to bring this up to you like last night. Like maybe we should cut out the costume part. But now I'm like, actually, I have
right. No, I was thinking the exact same thing. Especially after listening to episode 19, I was like, all we talked about was Celeste's coat. Like literally,
that's all you needed to talk about.
Yeah.
The money was spent on that.
Money well spent.
Yeah.
But then we get to this, and I'm like, oh fuck! Like my favorite. Logan's black and purple jacket.
Yeah.
It's very much like it looks like Hawkeye. Like, you know that jacket that they have?
Yeah.
They have those like Marvel jackets. It looks like they stole the Hawkeye jacket from Logan in this.
Like 15 years, like
yeah.
10 years early.
Yeah. You never know. Whoever is the costume designer or merchant, whatever is in charge of that,
fair,
is a big Veronica Mars fan. Is like, wow.
Well,
Jason
unlike
Dohring...
the Logan, they're kind of. Because when Duncan's on an episode, they can put Logan whatever fucking color they want to put him in.
I also liked, speaking of that scene at the end in the boat, Logan's like long sleeve white shirt. I think he looks real good in that with those like khaki. It's very rich white boy, but in a cute way.
I hate khakis. I think guys look bad in khakis.
If they have, if a guy has a nice enough ass, khakis look mighty fine on a guy. But again, you have to have that ass. Because there's something about khakis that if you have an ass, it'll just accentuate it in like all the good ways. Like business slacks, like when businessmen. Yeah, never.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Pants are good.
Yeah.
any other non-Logan outfits?
In the same scene where Logan has the black and purple jacket, Veronica's like white and gray striped shirt outfit.
I like that jacket. It has like white
the shirt
piping on the side.
I like the white shirt under better.
I'm glad you brought that up because
you're welcome.
No, when I think Veronica Mars, I think pretty much like a jacket like that, some sort of striped shirt and jeans is like Veronica's look because that's pretty much all.
And
she
then
wears
her
in
messenger
season 2 and
bag.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
like
and a taser in hand.
Yeah, that's such like her go-to look going forward.
And it's a good look to have because you can. It's not like flashy or like. It doesn't look expensive enough to where you can change each layer up without it looking like, oh god, someone has a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Which again, we were so hard on the show at first about like, oh look, Veronica's in another outfit like that, but she's poor. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're gonna reuse the outfits. We're like, god damn it, why? You can't get her something new? I think this is when like the photo budget really started to kick in for her and they started to have to scrimp on things.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, it looks like I'm wearing this jacket 3 times this week. Like, shit.
Whatever. I wear the same jacket like every day. Like, I don't know.
Me too. Me too.
I have like 4 jackets that I rotate through, okay?
What do you like fashion-wise?
I don't know why she was wearing it. And it was so out of character, but I loved it and hated it. But Veronica's wearing like this teal sweatsuit and like a top bun when Carmen comes over, when Carmen's like on the phone with Tad, and like and it's when she's also like gonna make dinner. But like I've never seen Veronica in anything like it, it also just screams like it's something she bought when she was friends with Lily, and she just like, ugh, I guess I'll just wear this. But like, it was just
It was laundry day. It was laundry day.
It just felt like Krista Bell just came on set and is like, this is what we're dealing with, guys. I'm not changing.
I am so comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Just start. Just go.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be at home anyway.
Yeah.
You want it to be realistic? Here the fuck we are.
I loved Cliff's beige suits.
Oh, God.
And he's like a blue button-up shirt and like a pale pink tie. He always looks like he's gonna go to like a fancy like dinner in like a Mexican resort. Like, you know, when they dress up on vacation.
He just needs like one of those hats.
Yeah. He always has the best suits. Like, he had a white suit earlier on in the series.
Yeah, it was
and
like
this one was
my favorite outfit.
He's
one
good.
Of them.
Cliff looks good in pastels, and he rocks pastels.
Cliff I don't think they've ever put Cliff in anything he doesn't look good in.
This is true, and his suits always
very
fit
handsome
very well.
man.
They're very well tailored suits for a show,
Yes.
like for a character that's not a main character.
Also, for one who's supposed to be like a public defender,
I know.
Like, he's not supposed to be making any money, but he has the best suits. Because Keith's are not tailored. Like,
no,
those
Jake's
pants
are
they
also
have him in.
super not tailored for being
No.
like a bajillionaire.
Right. Oh, and then the butler, who was like him in his like Jinko jean, like
You're never
business
gonna let
pants.
that go, are you?
Dude, he looked like he was wearing a Giant's pants and like just shoved a belt around it, and like yeah, look at me, I'm a grown up.
Yes, and then my last favorite outfit is Keith and Alicia are in like this matching pale purple when they're dancing. Like his shirt and her dress match, and it's so cheesy and stupid, but also like so sweet.
It is. Oh my god, justice for Keith and Alicia. That's the only couple I truly cared about in this show that needed to. Okay, wow, that was wrong. Not the only couple I cared about, but the only one who I really wanted to see like at the end together.
To be fair, like as awful as this sounds, Veronica's the reason why Keith isn't getting anything. Like he tried to do it with Rebecca, and then tried to do it with Alicia. Veronica has to be a stubborn bitch, and it's like, well, Mom's coming back. Well, it's like, your mom's an alcoholic, Veronica. Like, she's gonna steal your money.
Want more for your dad. Want more for him.
Want more than the alcoholic bitch. She's gonna steal your $50,000 and wasted all your college education money. Want more. Okay, next category.
What category are we on right now?
These are the jokes.
It's quote time. In this section, we like to talk about what our favorite quote of the episode was and just go on about it a little bit. I had a really hard time with this episode and figuring out a favorite quote because there's just something about this episode where there weren't a lot of really any good one-liners. Well, I don't want to say that because it's really rude because there were, but like one where I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, like I gotta use this as my favorite quote. But then I remembered at the beginning, we have one of my favorite exchanges, actually my favorite exchange in this episode. And it's when, in the opening before the credits, when Logan, Dick, Beaver, and Veronica are all together, and Dick's just like,
Someone's got her eye on that Miss White Trash title.
Yeah, you know, you got a solid effort in the talent competition, but I'd like to see that car up on some cinder blocks.
Guys, come on, man.
I know. Guys, come on. The talent is making a grilled cheese sandwich on the engine block. Guys, come on. You can't put your car up on blocks in the yard if you don't have a yard. You know, I think I can do both sides of this little act now.
like, just the whole, guys, come on. Guys, come on. Like, she's over it. I've been in that situation where your car like breaks down like in a line of people and you're like trying to like have the hood open and trying to desperately fix it real quick. Your frustration is through the roof and like the slightest thing. So she handled that like a pro.
I find it so weird that Veronica just happens to be really good at cars. Like that kind of bugs me.
I get it because of what she did. It's an easy fix. Like if I know what she did. If you have a car like that, you know how to fix the air intake. Like I knew what she was doing. Like I knew what she was doing.
And it's
so that
like,
speaks
thank God
volumes.
Logan had that knife. Also, Beaver was like super mean, and he's never like this mean ever again. Well, I mean, he is. I take that back. He's very mean. But
I get what you mean in terms of like he doesn't say mean things.
Yeah. He does not say anything.
So what's your favorite quote? What did you like out of this?
So when Logan brings Veronica her Le Baron.
Le Baron.
Wow. I'll just try to keep this little gesture in mind this weekend when you and Dick and the Beaver are off getting blasted and scamming cheerleaders.
Yeah. Actually, I had to tell Dick I'm not available, so I have other plans.
There are cheerleaders with low self-esteem available domestically?
I love that, and I should have known you were gonna have that quote because it's like that the Wallace line of how am I supposed to seduce or play on her insecurities? Like, it was very that in vibe, and I love that line. Which isn't that? Oh no, that's Clash of the Titans. Never mind. I was thinking that was Lord of the Bling with the same writer, and I'm like, wow, that's
Nope.
that's a theme that carries through. No, that is that's a good line. I like whenever Logan and Veronica get some good band, and it's sweet. Like he says that he's like gonna like hang out with her, and she's like, oh well, I got this little quip real quick. Like she gets off on that. Like she loves
she does. That's her
she loves to have an equal. Yeah, that's also why I think I love them so much. Is like it's not a typical like schmoozy type thing.
I get it. I do get it.
They have this antagonistic current going through them the whole time, but it's oh god, I don't. Let's go to another segment. Cause I don't...
Can you not be all over me for 5 seconds?
Time for a Madison Minute. Tell us about a Madison Minute, Travis.
So our Madison Minute is when we talk about our favorite character of the series, Madison Sinclair, and what she's up to when she's not in an episode.
So what is she doing?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, because I don't have anything.
So, because Madison is a stereotypical, like, white rich girl, her best friend would obviously be the gay kid, Seth. Because, like, she would need the gay, like, the gay vote.
The gay power of the school, the underlying LGBT power.
Yes. Yeah. Because she'd be all over that. Because she needs, like, a sassy gay best friend.
Oh,
and,
my
like,
God. Yes, she does.
And Seth is really just like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, this gets me around, like, the wannabe straight jocks who would just let me, like, suck them off. So, yeah, that's what she's doing this episode. What?
Okay, so that, I'm going to take it back to, like, a scene in there, but when Veronica's taking the pictures of Tad and Seth, like, when they're
It's
meeting
also, like,
under it.
That was, like, the gayest thing ever. People don't interact that way.
Yes, they do. Oh, my God. Straight guys love to be touchy-feely, but then also be like, no homo. No homo. Like, oh, no, I'm not. Oh, God, you looked at me. But they will full on, like, grab your shoulder. Like that felt very realistic. They like
contact. That's
why they do. But sports. Then, like, it's a full no homo. Like, dude, calm the fuck down. Like, first of all, Tad's not even that hot to want to, like, there are far hotter guys at that school, so calm down, Tad. But yeah, no, that felt very
Tad also
realistic
has no
to
neck
me.
And like a really bad hunch. It bugged me because he wore a tank top for most of the episode, and like he was like hunched over. It was no.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything for Madison here. I just feel like she's in her room right now gearing up for the next episode.
Well, like, not enough goes around in the school. Like, she's still BFFing with Meg, like, still riding that train. And, like,
she's consoling Meg right now.
Well, she's consoling Meg and being like, hey, like, do you maybe know anything? Like, because there is, like, a $50,000 reward out for him. Like, not that money means anything to me.
But that could buy some, like, nice things for her. Like, goodbye. She could buy... Madison loves pretty things, so $50,000 would be quite a bit for her.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for your Madison Minute? Madison Minute?
I don't know what we're going to do next episode, because Madison is the episode, but...
Well, we only have it on the episodes where we don't.
Yeah. The whole next episode is the Madison Minute. To Madison Hour is what it is.
Oh my god.
Go Pirates!
It's MVP time. In this segment, we like to talk about our most valuable pirate, whoever we thought did the best in the episode, carried the episode forward, whoever we fucking liked. I don't know. I don't really... It's our podcast. We can do what we want.
I would like you to go first, because I know you'll just stop recording after I tell you mine, so...
Oh, fuck my life. I'm giving it to Mac.
Okay.
She made that really fun website. She is Mac, so, like, duh. And she found the passport. Like, that's gonna be the driving force of how...
We also didn't... Not to interrupt you, we also didn't talk about, like, Keith's, like, reaction to, like, how excited he was. Yes! Insert the quote here, because it's fucking fantastic.
So, Argentina. Roberto Nalbandian. It's great.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
And his little flamenco dance.
Yeah.
I love it. It's perfect. But then, yeah, she gets the passport, and which we'll talk about it next episode. But Mac doesn't get her money, even though it's her passport knowledge that.
But nobody gets their money, to be fair.
I know, but it's all because of Veronica.
Yeah, because Veronica doesn't care. Anyway, so.
Oh God, who's your
my
MVP?
MVP?
No.
My MVP is Duncan for leaving the show for these 2 episodes. Good on you, boy.
That's cheating. You told me before we started I couldn't have a no MVP. Who's your MVP?
I have an MVP.
Who is your MVP? Who was in this episode that you're giving it to?
Okay. Real talk. I'll give it to Clarence because his like entrance was everything.
Okay.
I don't like. You know what? Fuck, I don't even know who I want to give it to. I'm looking at the list of characters here. Like, no one deserves it. I will give it to.
Give it to Felix.
Can I give it to Loretta Cancun? I'm gonna give it to Loretta Cancun.
Okay.
She made an impact on the series. It's like
she did.
Her and Shelley Pomeroy.
Right? And then we got Loretta in this episode, and we're getting Shelley next episode.
Yeah.
The show knows what we want and what we need.
It knows what its audience wants, right? Loretta Cancun, Shelley Pomeroy, Madison
Felix
Sinclair.
Felix.
Yeah.
Just the whole BC13
like, those
gang.
are the 4 horsemen of Veronica Mars.
Fuck you, let's go.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
Pirate points. So, with pirate points, instead of grading the episode on a numerical scale or a letter grade, we like to just have a little bit of fun with it because we feel, how we feel about the episode by the time we get to this point. So we might as well just award the episode with whatever amount of pirate points we feel it deserves. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. My original pirate point thing was far too inappropriate, so I've scaled it back to something more like network television. So I give it enough pirate points to win a Carney Game stuffed animal. But like one of the cheap one that you pay $20 and win like a super small thing that you can buy at like Walmart for $5.
Alrighty. Well, all right. So I'm gonna give it. Enough pirate points to get a bootleg passport off eBay, but not a good one. It's one made by the Tritons that Veronica would get super pissed off about.
For the ink bleeds.
Where you're not getting anywhere near like the airport with that goddamn thing. Like they will stop you.
Not even holographic.
They will stop you when you get out of the car. I'm like, no. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. If you liked what you heard today, please make sure to subscribe to us since we do have bonus episodes that come out every month. We try to release them on Mondays, but that way you'll never go without missing our voices once a week. And while you're on that podcast page, why don't you scroll down to the bottom, find those little stars, and give us a 5-star rating with a little bit of a
Tappa.
on your screen. Whether that's iTunes or whatever podcasting platform you use to listen to us. Let them know you like us. If you would like to join in on the discussion, you can email us, veronicamarspod@gmail.com. Let us know how you felt about this episode, any previous episode, something coming up, or anything you want us to discuss that we haven't. You can also reach out to our DMs or just reply to us on Twitter or Instagram. Our handle there is veronicamarspod on both of those. And if you wanted to find me, I am on Twitter and Instagram, Ojo, OHJEAUX. What about you, Travis?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Travis Truant. That's Travis and then TRUANT for Truant.
Perfect. Well, with that, we will see you all next week with Season 1, Episode 21, A Trip to the Dentist.
Praise Jesus.
It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for it.
I'm so afraid I'm just going to come in here and bitch about how I hate the episode.
I'm right, me too. I'm like, yeah. All right. And with that, we'll see you guys next week. And I hope that you are having a better day than Veronica is about to have on this downward spiral.
Ooh.
I know. Bye.
You tried to say Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.